Alexander Graham Bell said in 1914, if you are ambitious to found a new science, measure a smell. Over 100 years later, and olfaction remains a relatively unexplored field. However, one thing is clear, the implications of such an advancement could be groundbreaking. Consider a dog. Dogs have about 50 times as many olfactory receptors as humans do. This means that dogs are able to perform a wide variety of olfaction-based tasks in fields anywhere from law enforcement to disease treatment. I might be biased, but my favorite is what my service dog Nara is able to do. She can detect rapid, potentially very dangerous changes in my blood sugar level and let me know about them way in advance of any current technology. It's not known exactly what these dogs are smelling, but it's very important because the type 1 diabetic's blood sugar can fluctuate due to many factors outside their control, including stress, like now, sleep, and the weather. So Florida is nice because it's pretty consistent. But these dogs are invaluable tools. The only issue is that we don't really know what they're smelling. So this raises my experimental question, can we train a robot to do what Nara does? So first think about training a dog, or Nara. You give them some stimulus, usually it's a verbal command, and then you pair that with an appropriate behavior or a trick. Well, Nara was exposed to an olfactory stimulus. In this case, it was a saliva scent collected during a time when my blood sugar was changing rapidly. This was paired with the alert response. And over time, Nara began to learn and classify what scent was regular saliva smell and what indicated the rapid change in blood sugar. To do this with a machine, we're using a modified child's vacuum toy called Little Henry, complete with a suction tube, a small motor, and even a painted face. The tube will bring in an olfactory sample, and that will be circulated through the Little Henry bucket. We have placed olfaction sensors connected to a computer, and those will output levels of various gases detected, which can be stored and analyzed later. Now to train Henry, we're going to do the same thing as with Nara. First, we're going to give Henry some samples of regular saliva scent that doesn't happen during blood sugar changes, so maybe yours. And then we're going to give him my blood sugar sample, or my saliva sample during rapid blood sugar changes. Over time, and using a special learning algorithm, Henry will be able to distinguish between what features are common within the alertable samples, or my samples, and what makes them distinct from the control groups. This is only made possible due to very recent advancements in machine learning, commonly referred to as deep learning. But the implications of such a machine would transcend diabetes management. In fact, such an advancement could uncover a new depth of understanding of our biological and manufactured processes. Alexander Graham Bell was very enthusiastic in 1914 about olfaction, but he had no way of knowing the full potential of measuring smell. Thank you.